is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Were you flexing?
DBL. Did you see him? He couldn't even bend his arm. It's Friday, January 15th. That was Michael Dean. Look at that.
He's looking swole right now.
I mean, swole. Michael Dean, you don't even have to flex. You can just do it. Look at that. I mean, looking good.
That's a bit
hilarious.
of Friday entertainment for everyone at home. Like, who wants to to tune in to see us. Come in to watch Michael Dean flexing.
Wow. So I
Yeah.
introduced Michael Dean. This is Stephanie. This is Erica. Good to see you, ladies.
Good to see you.
Was that an impressive start to the show?
It was a
Loved
super
it.
impressive start to the show.
I mean, I'm not turning the channel. I'm frozen here. In case I get a shot of Michael Dean, we might give you one later. All right, let's get to business. Loughlin's husband, Massimo Giannulli, wants out of prison early. The fashion designer is currently serving 5 months in federal prison for his role in the college admissions scandal, we all know. He's now asking the judge permission to serve the remainder of his sentence at home. So according to his lawyers, Massimo spent the first 56 days in solitary confinement due to COVID restrictions. He's now been released to the general population, but his wife Lori, we all know, spent 2 months in federal prison and was released shortly after Christmas. 56 days. I don't know what like solitary confinement is. I watch too much Shawshank Redemption and some other prison shows. Is it what I'm thinking? 23 hours of lockdown in a room by yourself? That seems.
I'm assuming that is what it is, and I'm taking this story out of it. A lot of people consider solitary confinement to be cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah.
56 days is a long time to be in solitary confinement. That being said, of course he's going to request that he be released early, but he's basically asking to live like the rest of the world. Like, can I just go home and stay home all day? Like, that's not a punishment. That's what we're all doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, you got to serve the time, right? But if you look back at not Lori Loughlin, who served 12 days?
Felicity Huffman.
Felicity Huffman, thank you very much. She served 12 days.
Yeah.
You know, Lori didn't serve a lot. Why is his punishment, it seems like a little bit extra, right? Does he have bigger charges on top of him?
Right, because he was also prosecuted for the actual, I think, the money exchange.
So he did get a bigger.
He got a bigger penalty than she did.
Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense then. What do you think about this stuff?
I mean, like Erica said, of course he wants to be released early. Of course he wants to serve his time at home. But guess what? We're going through like a global pandemic, which is COVID, and everyone's at home right now. So why does he deserve to serve his prison sentence in a way that everyone else in the world is right now? And there are a hell of a lot of people out there that have done a lot less than he did and served much worse. So I don't think he should really be let off. I mean, I'm not saying he should be continually in solitary confinement. I think that's very extreme. I was under the assumption that they did that for his own safety, because of who he was, and again, that privilege that we don't seem to be talking about right now, which I think, you know, him saying I want to go home is exercising that right even more so, and I'd be ashamed, to be quite frank, if that happens. It's setting a terrible example, especially with everything that's going on, the movement that we've got and how things are moving forward. That should not be allowed. I'm not saying he has the right to go home and serve his sentence at home, but at least in a regular prison, maybe. But again, that's down to, I think, his publicity and fame. And remember when he went in, how he changed his whole look.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's done that so he's not as recognizable, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I think he did that to protect himself too.
Well, he didn't even need to do that because he spent the first 56 days. Now he's in general population. So I don't know how much longer he has, but.
Well, and also remember that COVID is also existing in the within the prison system. So the idea of self-isolating isn't as easy when you're in general population. But yeah, there are some COVID restrictions that are happening as well. But you did the crime. You got to pay the time.
It's true. His lawyers are saying, though, that he has significant mental and physical harm for being in solitary for 8 weeks.
I imagine mentally, totally.
I mean, that's his lawyers saying. I'm sure they're saying what they need to say for him to get out of there. But hang tough, buddy. I'm sure he doesn't. What do you want from me? I don't know. Mary-Kate Olsen's divorce was finalized over Zoom. Okay, check this out. This screenshot of the virtual hearing shows Mary-Kate in the middle, that's her in the middle, surrounded by lawyers, her ex Oliver Sarkozy, who is right below her, and the image sparked lots of memes on Twitter, with one user saying this is the first time they have seen the former Full House star smile in years. Ooh, shade. Another person called the screenshot, quote, a stunning work of pandemic art.
Wow.
All right, Mary-Kate and Oliver married back in 2015. She filed an emergency order to divorce him back in May. That doesn't seem like too much of a emergency. It's January.
I think the emergency order came when COVID hit because they were already in divorce proceedings, but then anything that wasn't considered imminent was put on the back burner, and divorces definitely. There's a lot of people who are still married right now who should have been divorced had not COVID hit. So I'm sure this was just, you know.
How do you feel about a Zoom divorce? Is it more convenient? Do you not want to go see your ex and all the lawyers and things like that?
Yeah, what's wrong with the Zoom divorce?
Yeah,
I would opt for Zoom if it was, you know, an option.
I think anytime you have to go to court, whether it be a speeding ticket or divorce, right? You're like, I could just do a speeding ticket at home. That would be more convenient, right?
Right. Well, I have attended a few court hearings during COVID, not for anything personal, but my husband and I are court-appointed special advocates, so for child welfare. And it actually, you can hear more and understand the proceedings a little better via Zoom, because think about it, for people who have been in courtrooms, there's so many cases that are coming through, and if you're just sitting in the galley, sometimes you can't hear what one of the attorneys said, or, you know, so you're not really following along with everything. But in a Zoom court proceeding, you can hear every single thing, and there's only one person speaking at one time. So it might actually be a more effective way of doing things.
I think moving forward,
I wouldn't want to see my ex in the flesh, and over a screen would be nicer.
Have you ever been in like an American courtroom?
No.
You haven't witnessed that? It's, I mean, it's not like I've been in and out of
going to court, it's just
courtrooms.
automatically, it's a bit scary, isn't it, in any sense? And it's just, I don't know, to me it seems a bit intimidating, and I just think,
it's an ordeal. I mean, you have to go to the courthouse, you have to go through the metal detector, you have to wait your turn up there, which is usually a long time. And it is very intimidating. Like, the judge is like, it is for some reason like, do I have anything illegal on me, even though I wouldn't anyway?
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, are all my knives out? Like I'm just walking.
Did I leave my gun in the car?
Oh man, yeah. But also there's a privacy thing too. Like, you might have all your business, and you can opt in early, so you might be able to overhear some of the cases. But it's not like there's 20 cases sitting in the galley with 100 different people. So you might have gotten a little bit more privacy via Zoom.
I don't know. Do we get one of these note cards every day with all these great notes on here? Because I'm just discovering this 4 years later. Check out this little tidbit. So according to a number of news outlets, Mary-Kate had an ironclad prenup. Yeah. So all of her fortunes are staying with her. That's a good little.
And her sister. Yeah.
Why did I just discover these cute little notes now?
Oh my gosh, Jeff.
Bless you. No, but I think the fans of Mary-Kate and Ashley were always not very happy about this marriage. They always suspected some kind of, I don't want to use the word foul play, because this is all hearsay and rumor and whatever else, but they've always said that, and people were quite concerned about her. And like one of the comments we actually showed saying this is the first time we see her smiling in a long time. So I think her fans as well are very pleased that this is, coming.
Are we going to see some more Olsen twins movies coming out?
I don't think we're going to see a movie, no, but they've got a fashion line, and maybe there might be a bit of a reinvention of some new product.
Ooh,
who knows?
Well, stay tuned. All right. We're going to end with some sad news here. Saved by the Bell actor Dustin Diamond is battling cancer. You guys remember him. According to his manager, Dustin is undergoing testing at a Florida hospital to determine what type of cancer he has and how severe it is. Dustin is best known, obviously, for playing Screech on Saved by the Bell, but was the only major cast member not asked back for the reboot. Still, his former co-star Mario Lopez tweeted that he is connected with Dustin yesterday, and that he's praying for his speedy recovery. So how do you guys ever kind of break ties with someone, or not, lose touch with somebody, and then they go through a rough time and you kind of want to reach out? That's kind of why you want to be nice to everybody in general, right? You don't want that guilt looming over your head in case something happened to them.
Well, I think, people are human, and relationships are not without troubles and tribulations. I think it's important that at least if you can't reach out to someone, that you can still be there for them in terms of like well wishes and good energy and prayers. For this, I'm very confused about this story though, because so I read that he had stage 4,
and now they don't know.
And now they don't know and how severe it is. So there seems to be some type of discrepancy in what's being reported. So either way, we wish him well. No one wants to see anyone go through a battle like that.
Are you good with forgiveness, Steph? Like, if someone did you wrong years ago?
Depends how wrong it is.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not the best. I'm very much like, anyone who knows me knows I'm very much like, I'm all in or I'm all out kind of person. But I don't think that I have these wishy-washy relationships either. Like I think it's very apparent. So I think, yeah, I think if I'm not that close to someone, I mean, obviously I'd wish them, I hope all the best. Don't wish any bad on anyone, but yeah, I don't think I'd probably be in that predicament.
You're a what? You're a Leo, right? Are you
No,
a Leo?
I'm a Cancerian,
Okay.
which means I'm like a little crab. But although I'm hard on the outside with pincers that definitely know how to attack, but I'm mushy on the inside. But it takes a lot to get on the inside. Very selective.
There you go. There you go. I just don't. I don't know. For me, I think it's a downfall of mine because I hold a grudge for so long, you know?
Yeah.
And when we do these interviews with people who have been in prison for 20 years, wrongfully convicted, and the commonality I find in all of them, and we've done multiple interviews now, they all have forgiveness. They forgive the system. They forgive the people who put them there. They come to some sort of realization, which I found fascinating when I talk to them. All of them have forgiven everyone who put them in that position because I think they need it to move on in their lives. And I think I could learn something from all those people as well.
That's a beautiful thing.
We wish them well. All right. Coming up on DBL, singer Jennifer Nettles is telling us all about her new competition show, Go Big. And it's still winter, but celebs are already whipping out their bikinis. Stephanie has a style roundup next in Fashion Fix Friday. Hey, it's Friday.
Woo! Welcome back to DBL. I'm Stephanie Jones with the week's top style and beauty news. Like Gayle King's 9-year relationship with this yellow dress, and which old school pattern is making a comeback to your closet? Well, we're going to find out in this week's Fashion Fix Friday. But first, how about some fun in the sun? It might be January, but stars are already busting out their best swimwear, like Rihanna, Lizzo, and J-Lo. And today, we're giving an extra special shout out to these two bikini babes. Here's Mary J. Blige. She rang in her 50th birthday by looking Mary J. Fly. She wore a gold snakeskin halter bikini, accessorized with gold jewelry and shades. 66-year-old Christy Brinkley is keeping it cool and casual back on the beach only 2 months after her hip replacement surgery. She accessorized her sunny look with a straw beach hat and silver bracelets. So whether your swimwear style is marvelous like Mary or cool like Christy, both ladies are proving that at any age, a little bit of skin never hurt no one. Next, Gayle King knows how to reuse and recycle, but she's not going green. Yet she's gone bright yellow. The CBS co-host wore her famous yellow dress for the 9th year in a row. The very same dress she wore on her debut episode back in 2012. The sleeveless dress is designed by Alex Kramer, sporting a classic white stripe down the middle and perfectly matches the show's logo. Congratulations, Gayle. I can't wait to see what she's going to wear next year. And finally, a classic preppy pattern which became popular back in the 1920s is back for the 2020s. The old school Argyle sweater is ready for another moment in the spotlight. Here's Harry Styles and Phoebe Waller-Bridge twinning in Argyle sweaters for his latest music video, Treat People with Kindness. Stars like Bella Hadid, Katie Holmes and Victoria Beckham have also rocked the Argyle recently, so are you guys gonna go AK for Argyle? Write in and let me know. That's it for this week's Fashion Fix Friday. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to DBL. You know Jennifer Nettles as one half of Sugarland, but the country music star is so much more. She acts, she does Broadway, and now she's a celebrity judge for a brand new talent show. She told Tori about her newest gig earlier in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Joining us is the super talented Jennifer Nettles. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to Daily Blast Live. I'm super excited to talk about Go Big Show, but as a fan, I know you're outspoken about some current issues, and I just wanted to check in and see how you're holding up in this crazy week.
Yeah, it is a crazy week, isn't it? I mean, I think everybody during this pandemic, our lives have gotten smaller in some ways and super challenged in others. And to be able to watch everything as it unfolds, in many ways, it hurts your heart, you know, to see what has been happening in this country. I hope that we can, you know, get a vaccine rollout that is efficient and effective so that we can all get back to doing the things that we love and focusing on positive things like Go Big Show, for example.
Yes.
And, you know, and make the changes we need to make in the meantime.
Amen to that. All right, I love, first off, your new song with Bon Jovi, also about getting through the pandemic. 15 years ago, when you two first got together, you were just an up-and-coming star. What was it like this time around with Bon Jovi?
I think second time twice as sweet. You know, he reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to join me on this song? And I heard the song and thought that it was perfect and so appropriate for where we are right now in the world, really, you know, with the message being when you can't do what you normally do, everybody needs to do what they can to help each other. And so I loved the message of the song. And obviously we have a wonderful history of success together. So I was thrilled to be able to be a part of it with him.
So, living on a prayer. All right, Jennifer, tell me about the Go Big show, all about it. And tell me about Snoop Dogg as a judge. I just want your inner take on that.
Yeah, I mean, look, first of all, the show itself is super exciting, really fresh and interesting. We have a ton of talent shows out there now that are really performing arts based, that are great, but they're singing and dancing. This show is everything except that, and to the extreme on steroids.
How do you go bigger than that?
Am I next?
It is something that I have never been able to see in one place before, and was thrilled to be able to have not only a front row seat, but sometimes participate as a judge. And then judges, yes, the whole panel is really fantastic and such a fun and diverse group of people, starting with Snoop.
You got all of my attention now.
Rosario Dawson, Cody Rhodes, and then Bert Kreischer as the host. So I've described the panel sort of like this. It's like, if you remember the movie Breakfast Club, it's like everybody is super diverse personalities, right? But you totally go to Saturday Detention with these folks and have a blast.
You know, if Snoop Dogg was in Saturday Detention, it would be an amazing time. I totally agree. Well, since the world's gotten smaller, I can't wait to watch Go Big Show. Jennifer Nettles, it has been such a pleasure. Please check out Go Big Show, airing Thursdays on TBS. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. More people are considering traveling this year after the pandemic put plans on hold last year. So we're sharing some top search destinations on today's DBL Drive, sponsored by CarShield. So one of the most searched destinations is Anchorage, Alaska. Never been there. Known for its outdoor activities and national parks, another spot is Key West, Florida. Why not? Making it clear that many want to be in the sun and on the beach. And the #1 search spot is the Virgin Islands. Another sign people are looking to unwind in the sun, being winter and all. So when it comes to traveling for peace of mind, get an auto protection plan with CarShield. CarShield protects their members from the high cost of auto repair. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote. I know I've been thinking about vacation and places I want to go, and Italy's at the top of our list. Like, vaccine, get it done, take the kids travel, get international with them. Any spots for you guys?
Well, my 40th birthday is coming up next month, and I always thought that I would go to the Maldives for the first time.
Aww.
And that's not going to happen. So I'm going to try to create the Maldives at home.
It'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. Seriously, you'll love it. It'll be beautiful.
You put it on hold. You could go next year. Not the same, but
or later in the year. You never know.
Yeah,
Things
you never
might
know.
be better.
How about you, Steph? Any dream destination?
Oh, I would just love to go home back to England and see my family. It's not that exotic. It's going to rain and be cold, but you know, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We're all keeping them crossed for this year. DBL is new every day. It's Friday. I didn't even know that. I'm so happy. We'll be back Monday, same time, same place. See you guys later.